welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about yet another product from Kat Von D. Yes, we are talking about her again because she just keeps putting products out and I keep buying them, so there's that. This is the brand new Pastel Goth palette. Inside we have got 8 matte shades. All of these are matte and these are inspired by the pastel goth trend on social media right now. If you're not really sure what that is, go on Instagram, hashtag pastel goth, and you've got it. You can see. If you are not interested in seeing all the information on this palette and what I have to say about it, here is when the tutorial starts so that I do not talk your ear off and you don't have to listen to it one more time, because I know there's 10 million videos out there. Anywho, as I was saying, this has 8 pastel shades in here and this retails for $38. I do not think that is badly priced at all. I think that is very fair. It is a beautiful palette and it is not like anything that I have in my collection right now. When I first saw this palette, I definitely was thinking about the Metal Matte palette and all of the matte shades. I was like, well, didn't she just do this? This doesn't make sense to me. But when I got it in my hands, I can definitely see that these are much more pastel than what the Metal Matte palette is. If I still had that palette, then I would put them side by side, but I don't. They're not the same though at all. To me, this palette reminds me of art. I was always in art in school. I loved it. I do draw. That's like one of my things. Probably why I'm covered in tattoos, because I love art so much. Which, speaking of which, she always does the design work for her palettes, and I just think this is absolutely stunning. I commend her on that. I think it is a very nice touch. But what I was thinking of when I saw this were those actual pastels. If you ever took art class, they had these things called pastels and they were kind of powdery and I really liked working with them, especially these 2 shades down here. They really remind me of those. So I know that's not where she was going with this, but that's what it reminds me of. This is supposed to be a super blendable formula. It is triple milled. I really do find that these are very soft. They are pigmented. I do suggest that you don't set your base and you let the color really adhere to your lid. Otherwise, something that's pastel can probably lighten up even more so if it doesn't have something to grab onto. And I noticed that a little bit with Meow, but when I have used this and I put it just straight on the lid, straight onto the base, not a problem at all. So the 8 shades we have in here, I'm sorry, I am swatching these on my own arms because my daughter is not available. So yes, I have tattoos, we all know. But the first color is Star. This is a beautiful dandelion yellow. Clementine is like a coral color. This is my favorite color in the whole palette. I just love that shade. Meow, a lilac pink, lilac purple. Hello, Mel. Then we've got Dope, which is a little bit of a deeper purple. Doom, this is what I have on my lids right now. It's a gorgeous bright blue. Gloom, this is my second favorite color in the palette and I wanted to use it today, but I could not figure out what I wanted to do, so yeah. Gloom is a beautiful pastel, it's like a pastel version of a dark green. And then we've got Dagger, and this is a gorgeous gray, and Skull, obviously a vivid white. Now, when I did this eye look, I paired it up with the Alchemist palette. It just made sense to me, like, why not? These, I think, go together so well, like these shades and then this over top to transform them, or on the inner corner and brow arch like I do. These pair up really well. I will say that this is what I was talking about, though, as far as the price. This one only having 4 transforming shades, because they're not eyeshadows and they're not highlighters. These 4 transforming shades. This is $32 and this one for 8 is $38. So really you're just paying for the packaging on this one, but I do like this and it comes in handy when you get things like this and you pair them up, and it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful creation. So anywho, I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you I really do like this palette. I intend on keeping this one. I did not keep the Metal Matte palette. I just wasn't in love with it. But this one, on the other hand, I don't have a lot of shades like this, and I do see myself either pairing this or really giving this some use in the springtime. Like, it's gorgeous. So anywho, let's jump into this tutorial. I have MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot all over the lid and all the way up to my brow, but I have not set it. So I'm taking Skull on a MAC 221 and I'm setting right underneath the brow and then kind of onto this inner corner here. But I'm not setting the lid just because I'm using pastel shades, so I really want the shadow to really grab to the primer and not get dulled down. But then I also want for the transition shade to be able to blend easily. So that's why I'm popping this here. Sephora Pro Tapered Crease, I'm grabbing Meow. I'm going to pop this in the crease first, but then I'm going to work it upward as a transition shade. It looks like I am going to have to build this color. That's okay, as long as it does it nicely. You can kind of see it did what I said it would do, like it's grabbing onto the primer, but then where I had the white base, it's not as pigmented because it doesn't have something to really grab onto. So I would suggest if you want to do a really bold look and have these pop a little bit more, don't set anywhere on the eye. Just go straight in with the shadows. I'm going to go ahead in with Doom on a MAC 239. I'm going to pat this on the lid. And the reason why I'm doing this shade right now is because I want to make sure that I have enough primer still exposed to really grab a hold of this shade. And you can see how well that went on. That is really nice, and it is it's not very pastel. It's pretty bold, but I like it. It's a very nice color. I'm just patting this all over the lid. And by patting, you're going to get more color pigmentation than swiping. Now I'm going back in with my original 221 and I'm grabbing Dope. And I'm going to merge this blue shade in with the light purple shade just into the crease area. And soft circular motions to blend that out. NARS number 42, and I'm going to take a little bit of Clementine. And I'm just going on this outer edge right over here, not even bringing it all the way in, just on this outer edge here. And I love this shade. That same shade, Clementine, on a NARS contour brush, I'm going to pop that on my lower lash line, and I'm going to buff this down quite a bit. Same brush and Meow. And then Dope. And I'm getting closer and closer to the lash line as I do this. Now I'm going into the Alchemist palette on a MAC 283, and I'm going to pop the violet shade on, I think it's Amethyst, on the inner corner. Same brush and Opal at the brow arch. Alright guys, so that is it for this tutorial. All I did was add on some lashes. These are MAC number 7s. And then I added on this guy I have been in love with. This is from Sephora, and it's the Sephora collection. And this is the Rouge, cream lip stain in the number 33. I just thought it paired really nicely. My final thoughts on this is that I really actually like this palette. If you're not going to use bright colors, pass on this because you're not going to use it. But I really like it, and I'm kind of surprised by that. I did not think I would, but I do. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.